From the national newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo. Today is the 5th National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. It's when Canadians reflect on the legacy of residential schools.
The day is observed nationwide on September 30th. It was first recognized in 2021. The government says part of reconciliation involves public commemoration of the tragic and painful history, as well as the ongoing effects of residential schools. The National Day for Truth and Reconciliation also coincides with Orange Shirt Day, first held in 2013. Jason White, the Canadian Press.
In a 3-day vote, Alberta teachers have rejected the provincial government's latest contract offer, setting the stage now for a province-wide strike as early as Monday. The Alberta Teachers Association, which represents 51,000 teachers, says nearly 90% of those who voted rejected the deal. The offer included a 12% pay raise over 4 years and a government promise to hire 3,000 more teachers to address class sizes. But Union President Jason Schilling says this is bigger than a contract.
Teachers are not just fighting for themselves. They're fighting for every student, every family, and for the very future of public education in this province.
Premier Danielle Smith's Alberta Next panel wrapped up its summer-long tour of 10 in-person town halls last night in South Calgary. The group is now getting ready to decide where to take the province's relationship with Ottawa. Last night, the panel heard grievances from some in the audience of 1,100 about both Ottawa and Smith's own UCP government. Things got tense when a high school student's microphone was cut off while asking a question about Alberta's teachers' vote. As the boy was yelling at the panel, moderator Bruce McAllister suggested the student be subjected to corporal punishment at home. The next audience member in line to speak called out McAllister for that comment.
I know you'd love some chaos, but your parents should turn you over your knee. Let's go over here.
Oh, that's rude. That's rude. No, rude.
The panel will hold a final telephone town hall tomorrow night. Contract talks between the BC government and the union representing 34,000 public service workers in the province broke off shortly after they began yesterday. Talks resumed after 4 weeks of various job action by fewer than half the members. And Drake emerged as the big winner at last night's SOCAN Awards Gala in his hometown. Dozens of awards were handed out to homegrown songwriters, composers, and music publishers at Toronto's Rebel concert venue. Even though the Toronto rapper didn't show up for the industry soiree, Drake still scored a historic 6 wins, including his 4th consecutive award for Songwriter of the Year in the Performer category. Alison Russell paid tribute to her friend and mentor, Joni Mitchell, closing the night with a performance of Mitchell's Both Sides Now. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Calgary Flames edged the Seattle Kraken 2-1 in NHL preseason action last night. In last night's NFL games, Tua Tagovailoa threw for 177 yards to lead the Miami Dolphins to their first win of the season, 27-21 over the New York Jets. But the Dolphins lost star receiver Tyreek Hill to a gruesome knee injury. The Denver Broncos beat the visiting Cincinnati Bengals 28-3. And with baseball's regular season now over and the wild card series about to begin tonight, some teams are making some coaching changes. Bruce Bochy will not return as manager of the Texas Rangers after a 3-year stint that began with the franchise's first World Series championship in 2023 before missing the playoffs in both seasons since then. The Minnesota Twins have fired manager Rocco Baldelli, and manager Bob Melvin has been fired by the San Francisco Giants. From the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.